today, Apple Pay now accepted at CVS pharmacies. You might be saying, Trevor, that doesn't really sound like something that deserves its own video, and you will be right. No one really cares that Apple Pay is now available at CVS pharmacies. However, it did really make me think, oh yeah, Apple Pay, that's a thing, I remember that. Haven't used it in a year or so. But then I really started getting me thinking, like, you know, whatever happened to all that? You know, Android Pay, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, digital payment in general, using, you know, your mobile devices. Never really caught on, and I wanted to talk a bit about that today because, hey, it's almost 2019 and we're still just using pieces of plastic and paper to pay for stuff. We are promised a future of digital currency and high-tech security and whatever else, but you know what? I still gotta reach into my wallet every day and, you know, take out a $100 bill to go pay for something. You know, I have a lot of these, by the way. Lots and lots of these. Or I gotta take out a card that I'm not gonna show on camera, or whatever. You know, it's just, I feel like we're past that. So let's talk a little about the state of money. This is the first $100 bill I've seen in a long time, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to spend it soon, and it's going to make me sad. So putting my wallet aside, let's talk about the state of money. I like the way that sounds. So I want to start off by saying I'm no expert in this topic at all. I really want to talk about this more as a philosophical conversation because I think money's interesting. But at the end of the day, when using the example of this is just paper, this isn't really worth anything. We're saying that it's worth $100, but this is not really worth anything. It's just worth what it says on a piece of paper. If the government didn't say that this had a value of $100, I could just go ahead and get a piece of paper and write $100 on it and say that this is just as valuable as this. Honestly, there's no difference. Money is worthless. And I think that's part of the problem and solution you have to start thinking about when we talk about digital currency. Because guess what? Digital currency is just as worthless as this is for all intents and purposes. And with that being said, that's the exact same situation with any type of debit cards or credit cards, which I'm not going to take out of my wallet. I don't trust you guys for not seeing a number or something and stealing my identity. But look, it's the same thing. Those cards are useless. It's a piece of plastic you can cut with scissors. The card is useless. The card is valueless. It's all digital. Arguably, almost all of our currency is digital, regardless if it's a piece of paper, a card, or whatever. Why are we not paying using our phones more often? Why aren't we all using services like PayPal, which is like also one of the only like digital wallet kind of things out there in all intents and purposes? I mean, I'm sure there's other ones, but nothing with the market share of PayPal. We live in 2019, and besides the invention of more e-commerce, which definitely has changed the way we exchange money and how we buy items, the buying and selling and the money process hasn't really changed in a long, long time. People are afraid to move forward to a new digital platform. Pay with your phone, pay with your Apple Watch. People are afraid of that. They think it's scary. They think there's security vulnerabilities. They think they don't really have control or power over their money. I would argue you don't have control or power over your money now. If anything, it might be safer in one of those digital platforms, worth more. Now, we can't have this conversation without talking about cryptocurrency, because that is the whole new direction that some people think money is going. This video is not going to be an in-depth look at cryptocurrency because I don't have the time for that. You guys don't want to listen to that, and it's very complicated. I do want to do a deep dive into cryptocurrency soon though, which will kind of go hand in hand with this video. However, cryptocurrency is a new way of thinking about money. I think the most complicated part about cryptocurrency is how you obtain it. Now you hear those Bitcoin mining machines and this and that, and I still don't even fully understand how that works myself. However, there are serious banks and serious financial institutions looking at cryptocurrency and they're like, hey, this makes a lot of sense. The security practices and the way that all of that works, kind of like a peer-to-peer network, it makes a lot of sense and it's very secure. To be honest, I think the banks are ready to move forward. I think it's people that are afraid. I think it's the government that will always hold it back, unfortunately. As someone that's ranting for more of a digital currency, you would think I'd be using these type of things more. Like I'm using my Apple Pay on my phone, using my Apple Pay on my watch. They're cool services. And indeed I have used them before, but it was never more convenient to use them. And that's where I think companies like Apple and Google and Samsung and whoever else is in this industry, they need to make it easier for consumers to understand how this technology works, trust it. One company that's done it mostly right is PayPal. PayPal started out being something different. They didn't just want to be like an online-only bank account, they wanted to be something new. They've gone through many different revisions of what really PayPal is today. And today, they are getting more and more like a bank. But they didn't start out like a bank and then try to go digital. They were digital and then stepped back and said, let's put some of these comforts of being a bank and implement that into our system. My favorite card that is in my wallet is my PayPal Cash Card. It's essentially a debit card that's linked to my PayPal. I have money on PayPal, I can spend it anywhere. I can pay my bills with PayPal, I can get direct deposit to PayPal now. They've done it right. They've made digital easy and not any more confusing than a regular Bank of America bank account. Perfect example, my dad. My dad is fairly tech savvy, but when it comes to stuff like that, he's a little unsure and uneasy. He was looking on eBay looking for a MacBook, and he was like, oh, what's this PayPal credit thing? It's all advertised all over eBay as an option to pay. And I was like, well, it's like a credit, just like anywhere else, like a credit card or a small little loan, you buy it with PayPal. And he was like, well, let's look at that. And they gave him a very nice, special financing rate that was very reasonable. He signed up for PayPal and he started using PayPal. A couple purchases later, he started liking and enjoying PayPal even more. And then just the other day, he received a transfer through PayPal. Had no clue how this was supposed to work. He's like, how do I get the money in my bank account? How do I spend that money? What's the difference between PayPal and PayPal Credit? Like, very confused about the situation. I was like, we just logged in. He saw that you had the balance. Very easy. Transfer to your bank account. Or let's get the PayPal debit card. And that's what we did. We got him the PayPal debit card, and now he can use that for stuff. Even people that don't understand this understand it. People want more convenience, and the money industry needs more convenience. So look, I hope this sparks a conversation for digital money. I'm not a professor in finances at all or anything like that. I'm not an economy professor, but I do think we're going more digital, and I do think that the more and more we get there, the faster and faster our lives will become easier. Because unfortunately, we kind of need money to survive. But just remember, more money, more problems. Unless you have the money on PayPal. I guess you still have more problems, I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think down there. Again, very philosophical conversation. I did give you guys my opinion, but I really want to know what you guys think. Money's a very hot topic, and we're only going to see huge improvements with this in the years to come. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.